The COVID-19 pandemic is an infectious disease with the agent being the SARS-CoV-2 virus and its variants that are taking place on a global scale, including Vietnam. Therefore, the government of some countries had issued new laws to limit the spread of this disease. However, some of them are not effective, like travel restrictions. For starters, many people were left out China's travel limitation. Viruses don't discriminate based on nationality. Thus, Americans may have taken the virus back to the US or some countries once the travel ban was lifted. Second, the travel ban was put in place far too late. The virus had already made its way out of China and has infecting healthy people all across the globe. Travelers from other nations were also unaffected by the restrictions.
Thirdly, the travel ban created a false sense of security that delayed other, more effective methods of containing COVID-19, such as instituting social distancing sooner. In other words, the travel ban was always an ineffective policy that substituted for more effective ones like those adopted in Singapore. Other methods of reducing COVID-19 transmissions are effective. To the extent that travel restrictions replace those measures, as they almost certainly did in the United States, any gains were likely undone by postponing additional activities.
A delay in the spread of COVID-19 for a few days to few weeks thanks to travel restrictions may provide us with a very valuable time to flatten the tidal wave of very dangerous disease which is COVID-19. It saved severely sick people from overcrowding hospitals as well as intensive care units. Furthermore, it saved us from dying in greater numbers as a result. But only if the government, civic society, and industry use this extra time to prepare for the upcoming pandemic will this policy work. Like every other disaster, we were going to act until it reached certain crisis proportions.
COVID-19 distribution was delayed by a few days to a few weeks due to travel limitations, which included immigration and immigration restrictions. Although the preceding research publications are limited in that they only model and project COVID-19 cases, rather than experimentally assess how constrained affected disease spread, they are useful beginning points in evaluating this important policy tool. Travel restrictions may have pushed the curve to the right rather than flattening it, delaying the arrival of a crisis mentality by few weeks. In addition to planning for a pandemic by implementing other strategies to minimize transmission, shifting the curve to the right could have been an effective tactic. Travel restriction, on the other hand, delay more than delay the development of a crisis mindset and push the curve to the right rather than flattening it.